attraction? Are you attracted to that? Is that the type of life you want or the kind of person you want in your life? Okay. These are kind of things you have to think about. Interview process. Pay attention to anger issues. Anger issues is a huge red flag. How he handles problems. Like if you out on a date and the food come late, do he act a fool? Do he curse out the waiter? Send the food back. What does he do? Yell at people. These are things. Is he aggressive? These are things that should be hard to ignore. Okay, because it could be a one-time incident, or it could be how he usually handles things. Maybe he doesn't have abilities to cope. He doesn't know how to cope. He has no coping skills. So anytime he's presented with a problem, he lashes out at others. Because sooner or later, it's going to be a problem somewhere in the relationship. And if he doesn't have any coping skills or know how to do any resolution, then you may always be the scapegoat. It's your fault, your problem. You created everything. Everything went wrong because of you. So you want to pay attention to anger issues. Many people take anger issues lightly, but anger issues are not things that you should take lightly. I'm telling you, because a lot of people that have anger issues become abusive. Okay, so when you're dating someone, if you seeing these issues of anger issues, that probably mean that you should move on. That might not be something that you want in your life on a regular day-to-day basis. Anger. Okay. Let's talk about he's dating and maybe he's newly over a long-term relationship. This is really important because jumping into a relationship before a person is over the last relationship usually doesn't turn out well. Okay, so you don't want to start a relationship with someone who has just ended a relationship. Because, I've heard multiple times about people go get in these new relationships and then they go back with their old girlfriend or old boyfriend who has realized that the person is moving on and they think, well, now they want them back. Okay, and they want to go back, so they go back. And now you done invested your time and energy in this relationship thinking that, you all going to move forward and the relationship is not going to go anywhere. Okay, it's over. Okay, so you want to make sure you're not getting in a relationship with someone who still has feelings or is involved with the last person they were with. Because I know I'm not the only one. How many of you all know somebody who was with somebody and after a while, the man is dealing with both of them and they fighting and bickering and he just back and forth between the two of them while they fighting and bickering. Okay. So that's not a situation that I don't think would turn out well for either party. So when dating, I have a couple of questions that you all should might wanna ask. You know, you might want to ask yourself: is there sexual or physical attraction, and how important are these two factors for you? If neither one of these factors are important, ask yourself what is important to you when considering starting a relationship with someone. What is the thing that attracts you to that person, and what two factors are most important? It could be financial stability, that is important. It could be um, career established. You want to ask yourself when you're dating a person, what are you looking for the person to be a good candidate for a relationship? Okay, there's nothing wrong with you knowing what you want, okay, and looking for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you decide to settle on something else, that's your choice, okay? But there's nothing wrong with you knowing what it is you're looking for and making sure that you have it when you go into a committed relationship. Then you need to know, what are you dating for? What are you looking for? Are you looking for love, companionship, long-term relationship, short-term companionship? You have to know what you're looking for. Okay? A lot of people date and they have no idea what it is they want. Some of us just want company. That's it. There's nothing wrong with just wanting company. Some people just want company. Okay, and they get in a relationship, find out they really didn't want a relationship, find out they miserable because that wasn't what they wanted, but you let the person think that's what you wanted. And so you didn't know how to get out of it. Say what you want, mean what you say, know what you want from the very beginning. Okay, so that you have what you want, not lead nobody into something that is not something that's going to last. Excuse me. What type of man would you want a long term relationship with? A provider, blue collar worker, professional, wealthy? Those are the things you want to ask yourself. What type of man are you looking for? And what type of man would you is I don't want to say good enough, but what type of man is it you see yourself building a life with? Let's say that. Do you want a gentleman, a thug, a family man, someone who supports you in your dreams? What do you want? Okay, it's important. Know the type of man you settle down with, okay? Because that man, the type of man you settle down with, will determine your lifestyle. Let me say that louder, because sometimes when I'm making these points and I'm at a good point, I have to repeat it for the people in the back, okay? The type of man you settle down with will determine your lifestyle. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You may say, well, I will determine a lifestyle. You may determine some of it, but that man is also a part of that relationship. So the type of man you settle down with will determine the lifestyle that you live. Okay? You have to know that. All right? Because it's a big difference between somebody who's blue collar and professional, somebody who's wealthy and somebody who's living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, there's a big difference in those two. Um, the other issue is when you're dating a man, you need to know, does he have children, and what role will you play in him having children, if any at all? Okay, maybe you don't want to be bothered with children. Maybe you have to let him know that you his children are his children, and what he does with them is his business, and you don't want to have any parts of that other than being able to be cordial, but you don't want to be involved with being any type of stepmom or anything like that. Okay, because stepmom is a role, is duties that go along with that, and responsibilities. So if you don't want that, you need to know that ahead of time. And if you don't want a man with children, you need to know that ahead of time. um does he want children? If he doesn't have any children and you are thinking about being in a relationship with him long term eventually, then you need to know, does he want children? Okay, you may want children, he may not want children. He may want children, you don't want to have children. Okay, so that's something that needs to be discussed, whether or not children will be a part of your lives. Okay, could either one of you love and embrace the other's children? Okay, that's the issue. All right. Love and embrace. Can you love and embrace? Okay. Because that's different than just being there. Love and embrace another person's child that's not yours. Can you do that? Okay. Because when we get to that embracing part and loving them, a lot of times it's a struggle there. Okay, when you're putting a family together with children that doesn't belong to one of the other parties, that could be a real struggle. Okay, so you want to be clear about that. Um, Envisioning your own life. That's a whole nother question for yourself. What type of life do you envision? I don't think people really envision what their life gonna look like when they get to be adults. Because when you're a kid, you're too busy being a kid, and a lot of times you might not see all the possibilities that are available to you, depending on where you come from. Like if you grow up in a poor neighborhood with crime, you might not know that you could live a life somewhere else better than that if you've never seen it. Okay, so what type of life do you envision for yourself? And that's the life you want to start to craft out for yourself, the type of life you envision for yourself. Um, and whatever type of lifestyle you envision for yourself, once you get to the point that you actually can envision it, okay, you get to choose it. There's no doubt about it. This is your journey, and you get to choose it. Okay, your life, your choice, no doubt about it. That's my saying. This is your life, your choice. It's nobody else's choice. It's your life, your choice. There's no such thing as somebody else is carving this life out for you. It's your life, your choice. Most time people are in relationships that they created for themselves, and then when the relationship goes sour, they point that finger over there at that other person, but they really point that finger back at themselves. And the reason why I always bring that up is because you are the creator of your own life. Nobody makes you do anything. You don't have to meet that person ever. If you meet them, you don't have to stay with them. Okay? Anytime you want to change the lens of your life, you have the ability to change it. Okay? It's always your choice. All right? It's our limited belief that we have control of our lives that keep us in situations that are not comfortable for us, stealing all our joy and happiness in one lifetime. Okay? You don't have to do that to yourself. You can envision the life that you want. You can create it, the life that you want. You're going to draw to you what you expect. Okay? And you can live whatever type of life you want. Okay? You get to choose it. Okay. It is important to know what you are not willing to tolerate. Okay? In a relationship. And you need to make that clear during the dating process. Okay? Whatever it is you're not willing to put up with in a relationship, you need to make that clear during the dating process. You need to let them know. Okay, whatever it is that you not, whether it's the big one everybody always talking about, whether it's cheating, whether it's, you know, doing things that you don't morally agree with, whatever it is, you need to make it, you need to verbalize it. Okay, that's it. You have to verbalize it. Okay. And knowing that type of information for yourself, oh, that is a blessing. You have no idea because it will keep you from going on with a relationship too long that you should not even be in. Okay? So I hope you all heard me say that. Whatever it is you will not tolerate in a relationship, you should verbalize it. Okay? Make sure it is known and understood because this will keep you from dealing with a relationship too long that you should not be in. Okay? There's nothing wrong with walking away. Nothing at all. You don't have to please anybody but yourself in this lifetime. This is your life, and you're the only person that has to be pleased is yourself. Okay? With the life that you choose for yourself, you want to be pleased with yourself. That's what it is. Okay? So, I'm sure everybody probably has their own list of